Purchase your tracks today.
Been chasing dreams, my money, things I do for my family, and on and on. I can't go without my blessings, cause blessings show. Been chasing dreams, my money.
Hello, hi, how are y'all?
Okay, I'm hearing everybody pretty good. All right, y'all, for me, welcome back to Let's Really Talk About a Podcast. This is a podcast where we really gonna talk about it. We gonna get into it, you feel me? Over here, it don't matter how controversial the topic of conversation may be. It doesn't matter what stigma, stereotype, what way of thinking that you might be forced or put in line to think, or just because you was born in, you think that way. Over here, we gonna really dissect it and we gonna talk about it.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Doesn't matter. Ain't no topic taboo for us. So just remember to like, subscribe, comment. Listen, if there's anything y'all want to hear us talk about, any video y'all want to see us, give our opinions on, just put that down in the comments below, put the link in, and definitely like the CGP photography page. It's a big production, as y'all can see.
Facts.
You feel me? It took a lot, you feel me? So just show love, facts. So we about to get into the introductions. I just want to introduce yourself and also give y'all Instagram tag for them to follow y'all, feel me?
Hi, everyone. My name is Ase. My Instagram is Ase_Diallo _ that is
Diallo.
per.
Per.
That is ASSE_ZIALLO _
Okay, and then tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
What I do
Executive of the
currently-
NAACP New York chapter. Stop playing with her though.
That's
like,
crazy.
Bro, stop. Bro. Where the applause at?
She got money or something? I mean, she got money.
That don't mean I'm got.
I thought she
Bro,
They
rich.
don't pay me.
All of them
It's
got
giving
money, bro.
volunteer.
Listen,
It's
all
giving
of them
money.
got
It's
bread,
giving
bro.
volunteer.
She giving money. See how long the nails are, bro? These are money nails.
Bro,
man.
you know every month
You know how much I pay
bro,
for these nails?
They on the clock.
Shout out to Nails by Day.
Shout out to Nails by Day.
Shout
Facts.
out, okay. We gonna say
Facts.
that too, feel me?
Facts.
She started a new
Facts,
business.
facts.
When
Shout
I
out
got
to you.
at the time I got my nails done, she's 1 month into she's a beginner, but they look amazing, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do look
They look
amazing.
really nice. Guess
Per.
how much I paid? She actually did these for me for free because she wanted to
No,
Try it out.
don't
practice on
Don't
me.
tell them the prices. You feel me?
But
Use
the price
code
went
ASE.
up.
Use code
Today's
ASE for
price is
10%
not
off.
tomorrow's
price
price.
went up.
Facts.
These is like 60.
Oh,
The
and
price
she gonna
went
give the price up.
up.
Facts.
Facts.
She did her thing.
All right, so Jordan, introduce yourself.
Yo, y'all already know who it is. You feel me? GMAP Jordan. Instagram tag GMAB Jordan. You know what I'm saying? God's the shot caller. I'm the shot taker. You heard?
Ooh.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down.
You know what I'm saying? I move on God's type of time. You already know how that
Her.
go.
You know, if I was to say a slogan right now,
Wait,
people just gonna
wait.
say I'm biting.
Your podcast has an Instagram page?
Huh?
Your podcast have an Instagram page?
Yeah, it do.
What's
Actually,
the
nah, I
page?
lied. It don't.
He
Not
about to
yet.
make one.
Not yet. But listen, if y'all want to see the exclusive content, you feel me? Y'all gonna go ahead check out CGP_photography. Feel me?
And per.
and then don't bug me about the
His
exclusive
photography
content.
page. I don't know if y'all be scrolling through it, but I'm on there. Y'all need to follow and book
Yeah,
because it was
Factual.
given. It was very much. I cried the day
Factual.
you sent me those pictures.
Those pictures was fire.
Factual.
I cried. I was like, wow.
Nah, that was a nice shoot.
Yeah.
I said, wow.
Listen, I'll try. All right, so let's get right into the first topic. This topic is a real big one, because it might be a lot of difference of opinion, but is there a difference between trauma bonding and equally yoked?
Well, before we get into that, I would like to define the two. So, like,
Yes, I
you
was
know,
going to say that.
Go ahead, bro. He prepared, bro.
Listen, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we love it.
That's what I do. You feel me? But trauma bonding is a trauma bond that is attaching to someone who causes harm. It is categorized by abuse, where the abuser uses manipulation tactics to keep control. And let me see.
Is that Urban Dictionary?
Oh, that's the dictionary.
Yeah, but you see, nah. I don't think I'm jacking that. That's a little too harsh. Sometimes
Or try to go to
people could be trauma bonded, bro. Like trauma bonded is bonded by trauma.
I just did the regular, look up.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
damn, man, manipulation,
But
abuse.
I'll go into that because I kind of agree with that. But equally yoked simply means join with the same.
Same mindset, same goals,
Same.
aspirations, just same.
Same.
Same. So what do y'all got to say about that,
Let's
though?
go. Let's go to her first.
Let's go to Ase.
Why you want to go to me first?
Because ladies first, we proper over here. You feel me?
Haitian men.
The man
You're
came first,
asking
but the women go
if
first.
there's- You're asking if there's a difference between them.
Yes. Is there really a difference between trauma bonding and equally yoked?
I feel like a lot of times people use like equally yoked as like, oh, you know, when people be like, yo, that's my twin and him, stuff like that. But your twin could also be your abuser.
That's what they talk about it.
Let me not even laugh.
talk about
But
it.
your twin could also be the person that's manipulating you, the person that you're trauma bonded to. So I feel like depending on the situation, depending on the dynamic of the relationship, whether it is your friendships, your intimate partner, or whatever, even like your parents or sibling relationship, it just depends on how that dynamic is, because it could be similar. It could be the same thing. Y'all can have the same mindset, same goals and all that, but still be trauma bonded.
You think they both relate in some type of way, shape, or form?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so right, I wrote down a couple things. It's like, what type of people could be classified as trauma bonding?
I'm real proud of you, bro. You real prepared, bro.
Listen, man.
But go ahead, do your thing.
All right, so I put the type of people that would typically be under trauma bonding is women that haven't seen a real man in their life. I
Yes.
say that because
Agreed.
women that don't have real men in their life don't know how they're getting treated, if it's good or bad. They just think like, yo, yeah, he slaps me, he loves me. Yeah, he cheats on me, he still loves me. It's like, yo, like,
I feel like cheating, don't say cheating, because cheating is a whole different, like,
Yeah.
But
that's
some
a whole different realm. But the fact that the father figure missing in that dynamic, I 1,000% agree.
well, if you really think about it, it's like, yo, the father's role is so important in these women's
Especially
lives.
in like black families.
We could just say people's lives, because they think about that. That's also
An essential role in males' lives. too.
exactly, because that could be something where y'all trauma bond on. Because this is what I mean, like the definition outside of what the definition says. So trauma bonding, right? If y'all bonding over a trauma. So if a woman is missing a man in their life, and the man is missing a man in their life, and they're talking about it, and they begin to bond over that, and they begin to, develop feelings, and that's where it started. That's a trauma bond.
Yeah, but I was talking about the women aspect of it. But on the other aspect of it, I did put the next as like weaker men and weaker men. Weaker women and weaker men. I say weaker because it's like they're not weak, but they're just weaker than the strong. And if that makes sense, like kind of no. All right, so
Kinda.
I mean,
know.
but when you say weak, though, weak is in comparison to something.
Yeah.
yeah, the strong, like you're weaker than the strong. Like,
I mean, just
I
because you're
guess
weak doesn't mean you're weaker
what
than
you're
the
trying
strong.
to say,
like.
weaker than, if we're talking about girls, still weaker than a girl who had her dad in her
Yes.
life, basically.
yeah, so
Because
I
if,
guess
you,
if a
if you
girl
have a
has-
dad, doesn't mean you're strong.
well, you be stronger than a weak.
I mean, it also depends, because I feel like a lot of girls, sometimes they have fathers in their lives, but they're not as per se teaching the girl what to expect from a guy. Like a lot of, and I don't know, but like a lot of girls, I feel like, okay, let's use me for example. I grew up West African Islamic. My dad was in the picture, like still till this day, my dad is still in the picture.
Okay.
But I don't think he instilled like how a man should treat me in me. I feel like I just see the way he treats my mom. It's not always good.
It's not always gonna be good.
Yo, chill on pops.
I'm
Facts.
I'm sorry.
He's a good man.
But I feel like I've learned how to be treated right by a man through experience, through like trial and error. Because first of all, I wasn't even supposed to be dating. I couldn't go to, like, a lot of people have the privilege of going to their parents, like, oh, if they break up with someone or if someone isn't treated. I didn't have people to go to. I had to go through these things and figure it out myself, you know? So, like,
yeah, of course, I agree with that. Yeah.
But that's
so
the
like
thing.
it depends. Some people pick up some people learn from their mistakes and other people just don't, you know?
But that's I think that's a kind of like a problem on the parenting part, because like when you try to like put your kid in a box.
Going towards the parents, bro, that's a whole.
No, hold on.
But listen,
I'm going somewhere with it though,
but
bro.
we gotta stay back on track, bro.
Listen,
Try
I
to
can't,
reel
man.
it back in.
Fair.
Reel it
All
back in.
right, I was about to go
Really,
in.
but let me tell you something.
That's crazy.
When it comes to the equally yoked and the trauma bonding, I feel like not everybody who's equally yoked is trauma bonded, but everybody who's trauma bonded is
It's
equally
yoked. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like the
Okay.
reason being is
Y'all should write that down.
You, in order to be bonded through trauma, that means y'all are on the same
Not
page.
really.
But you cannot bond. In order to bond, there needs to be something similar.
there, yeah.
Something similar.
I think it's more of like for example, like grieving. Like people grieve, right? And then they want to bond onto somebody else that's like gonna help them through that. So I feel like that's trauma bonding in a way because it's like they're bonding because of the trauma. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't say grief is the same thing because of the stages of grief one. So I feel like I bonded with someone over the fact that both of our grandparents died, but like we weren't trauma bonded per se, you know?
Yeah.
but some people
It's
like
the terminology though, bro. Like, listen, somebody could be like, yo, this person was my trauma bond, but in order to say we are trauma bonded, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like both, it's a two thing. Like just like what she said, I don't consider we were trauma bonded.
Yeah.
Or someone might refer to you as he was my trauma bond.
So do you feel like it has to be the same exact thing in order for it to be a bond?
In order to say we are trauma bonded, that means both parties, yes.
So it has to be the same exact thing.
Like not exact, but it's similar.
So an
yeah.
aspect of like if a father died versus if your father wasn't in your life, is that technically the same?
That's similar.
But
The absence of a father, and because think about this, right? If someone who didn't have their father in their life, you know, even though the father's alive, you're still grieving him because you're grieving his absence. And the same way a person lost their father who was present in their life, they are also grieving that absence.
But I think everybody in some type of way, shape, or form could bond off of trauma because everybody in their lifetime been through some type of trauma one way or another. Little, big, everybody been through it. But
100%.
that's why I feel like trauma bonding, anybody could do it. Because like if you go through something and you talk to somebody else about it, yo, you just helped me through something. Like you really just helped me. But it's not like they have to
feel
went through the
like-
same situation. They just went through life.
So do you feel
I
like
get
trauma
what you're
itself could be
saying.
the...
So like that bonding, I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't call it trauma bonding.
So maybe we're defining it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like trauma in itself, as that general thing, just trauma in itself could be the similarity? Like hurt is hurt?
But trauma is subjective to the person though.
But that's what I mean. That's why if you dial it back to its general statement, if I'm hurt and I'm bonding with a girl who's hurt and we bond over just how much we hurt, just the fact that we're hurt and we're in our feelings alone could be a bond.
It could be a bond, but like trauma bonding is one person being an aggressor and using that trauma that y'all both went through against the other person, the weaker person, you know?
I'm gonna get some real slack for this, but I'm about to say.
This getting real.
I'm about to say
complicated.
something, but I think men.
Chill, think one last time.
Nah, I did.
Because remember, as men, we got to think like at least 5 times.
Yeah, I
So
know.
if you thought about it 4,
I know,
then one
but
last
this is the
time.
thing. I was gonna say women use that against men, but I'm like, yo, men really use it against women because I know how men are. Men, they will use anything to get in them. Let's be real here.
I'm not going to lie. He got a point.
And the thing is, when women are grieving, they're typically weak.
And very vulnerable, yeah.
So, all right, so I got a thumbs up on that one. So I can't just say that out of blindness. So women that are grieving, they typically are weaker. So they typically are more vulnerable to giving it up to any type of person.
But you see that vulnerability, like I feel like there's even a more sick and reverse, like way. I've seen somebody who one of their family members died, and they knew what was up. Him and Shorty, I wasn't really talking that much, whatever. And soon as he saw the opportunity prevail, it's just like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm real sad right now. You feel me? Yo, this, that, the third. I really want to talk to somebody. Can you pull up? Can we talk about it? And knowing that, women can be vulnerable, it's almost like he knew the girl would grieve for him.
Because she looking for that emptiness.
He didn't even really grieve for real, but it's like the woman would grieve for him. So in that case, it's like, oh my God, you poor baby. Oh my, I'm coming.
Manipulative. Very.
That trauma bonding is very dangerous because
That's
like after they like
crazy.
kind of sort of heal, they're gonna be very attached, and it's gonna be especially if y'all have sex, it's gonna be a big soul tie right there, bro. It's like, how do you even break that apart? Because y'all bound or is
Bonded.
y'all bonded spiritually. In the aspect of like y'all souls is like giving up y'all feelings to each other and stuff like that. Y'all was talking for days, whatever. Y'all have sex. It's like that's a strong bond to break. That's why it's called trauma
definitely
bonding.
fall in love through sex.
You think so?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't think that's love.
I think
It's true.
I think that's frustration.
I think women fall in love by two things. One, by emotional support, and two, by money.
My money, and that's what we're gonna stop
Been
at.
chasing rings, my money, things I do for my family, and on and on. I can't go without my blessings, 'cause blessings show. Been chasing rings, my money, things I do for my family, and on and on.